Well, I was born and raised in London, England, so London is my hometown, and I really loved living there and enjoyed growing up there. And, I grew up in a very traditional Indian family, so my parents moved from India to England to be medical doctors, and that's what brought us over there to England. Even though I was born there, I do have this Indian heritage, so we would travel a lot to India over summers, for example, and see extended family and get to see them. I knew I wanted to do the PhD in economics, and that's what brought me over here to the United States. I was very fortunate to get a position at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland, so I went there to do my PhD in economics. I would say initially I thought I would, I came thinking I would do my PhD and eventually move back to England. But God intervened, and He actually introduced me to my wife. So I met my wife, who grew up not far from Baltimore. And as I was finishing my PhD, we actually got married, and then I entered into the academic job market, and that took me to Wake Forest in North Carolina. So in 1 year, her name is Gretchen. Gretchen and I got married. We both got new jobs, bought a house, and moved to North Carolina, and I did that all in one go. As a Christian, it's important to me that we don't have a secular sacred divide. I think that in my opinion is not the right way to approach things, and I've lived my life that way. So if you're a professor, or if you're a mechanic, or you're a plumber, or you're a doctor or a nurse, whatever it is you do, you're doing it as a Christian, and you're doing it for God's glory, and it's a part of His creation, and I truly believe that. So I think that's always been important to me, and I love that Baylor. It's important to Baylor as well, and it's part of the university's mission. And I think here at Hankamer, it's also an integral part of the fabric of what we're doing. So coming into this position, I view this through the lens of how do we do business for the glory of God. This is not a separate compartment which God has no domain over, and that's quite the opposite. He is completely in charge of what we're doing. So how do we use this for His glory and to fulfill the mandate that we're given as Christians? So I think that's really the driving force behind the work I do and the rationale for what we do. And I think it's important to be faithful in what we've been given, whatever it is that we've been given. So in other words, what I'm saying is, be a good brother, be a good sister, be a good son or daughter, be a good neighbor, be patient and be kind, and just be faithful with the things that we do on an everyday basis, and the habits we're forming and the relationships we have. It's not necessarily about going out and getting that job or this career or buying a house or car. Yeah, those are great things and good gifts that we can enjoy and have, but those won't make you happy, and those won't fulfill your calling. It's about being faithful in your presence where you are right now. So look around you, see what relationships you have, what sphere of influence do you have, and make sure you are fulfilling your call as a Christian in those arenas. That's the most important thing, and that's what drives me. I'm coming into this role as Dean of Hankamer, and that applies to me. How do I, in my role as the Dean of the Hankamer School of Business, how do I be faithful with the resources and gifts that God has given to me in this moment of time, and do what's best for Baylor and for the business school? And that's what's going to drive me. But I would apply the same thing to my life, even if I wasn't doing this job, and if I was doing something completely different. If I was a doctor or an accountant or a lawyer, or whatever it is that you're doing, maybe you're a chef in a restaurant, it's the same principle, I would say. Be faithful in what you've been given and do it for God's glory.